ponies, my name is Moonlight. As you recognized, this video is my top 10 the worst languages in the world. This is only my opinion. Those are languages that I don't like much. It is crazy that I like somehow all the languages I have tried before, like Speak at least Siri and etc. But this is a diverse thing. I would like to explain why these languages are the worst for me, or not the worst, but I don't like them. And one more note, I wanted to do it as a short video, but I was thinking that I will make this long video with longer explanation and more information and so on. No offense if you speak these languages. Language number 10 I want to talk about is Spanish. Spanish is a beautiful language for all the people I know. It's a bit weird that I don't like Spanish. Now I mean it like Latin Spanish and also a bit of European Spanish. European Spanish sounds better than Latin version, but it's Spanish. In the beginning, I was interested a little bit in Spanish, but now I don't want to listen to it. It is just, I don't know, I don't want to listen to any Spanish, although it is in polyglots videos, because every people knows Spanish in the videos I'm watching with polyglots. Maybe about the tones of Spanish, Latin has, how to say it, stronger accent, because European Spanish sounds softer, a lot softer than Latin Spanish, but somehow sometimes I like it, but only sometimes. At first, I was watching some cartoons in Latin Spanish really often, and I kinda liked it. And now I don't want to listen or watch anything in Spanish. Language number 9, I would say Armenian. At first, I don't listen or watch anything in Armenian, and I don't even put Armenian to my videos because I don't have a translator, and Google Translator doesn't have the voice for Armenian. I would like to listen more Armenian, but I prefer other languages instead. Also, I don't want to judge Armenian just by sounding, because everything in Armenian is voiceover, I would say. So far, I know some cartoons that they have only voiceover. Same for many languages like Mongolian, Bulgarian. Bulgarian has lots of, voiceover shows or something like that. But I would expect that Armenian would sound softer than it sounds. Somehow I have negative POV to Armenian. The language is not bad, but it's a mixed language, I would say, and the sounding is. I was never listening too much of Armenian, so I don't know. I just don't like Armenian by its sounds. Language number 8 is Brazilian Portuguese. Somehow, Brazilian Portuguese is something similar as Latin and European Spanish. Brazilian Portuguese is also a popular language, when I see or listen something from Brazilian Portuguese, I don't know, it just sounds soft, pronunciation is fast and everything, but I don't like the sound of the language. It could be more energetic, and that would change the language and the POV to the language itself. Again, Brazilian Portuguese is not, in my opinion, the best language for me to learn. Maybe I was dreaming to learn Portuguese, but Portuguese from Portugal, because the sounds are different. So, number 7, I would say Ukrainian. No offense, but I don't like this language. Ukrainian is now everywhere. The problem is it is everywhere, and I don't want to listen to it anymore. I don't know. In the shopping center, technically you hear everywhere Ukrainian. Everywhere. Nowadays I don't hear Ukrainian that much as I heard before, but still Ukrainian wouldn't be in like my positive view to languages. Number 6, I would put Kazakh. Kazakh is the, I don't want to say don't know language, but most people don't know about Kazakh, or at least don't know much about Kazakh. And Kazakh is like the language I will mention in this video. Technically, again, Kazakh is not the bad language. Kazakh is like Tagalog, but Tagalog is way more better language than Kazakh, because Kazakh sounds a little bit harsh for me and hard to understand. Number 5, I would go with Mongolian. Mongolian is something similar like Kazakh. If I don't understand Kazakh, I don't even understand Mongolian because it is so chaotic. That's it. I don't know what else should I say to Mongolian because I totally don't understand it at all. When I'm trying to put Mongolian somewhere, I know about translator that has Mongolian voice, so I can put it to my videos, but it is complicated because I don't understand a single word. Problem of these translators. I use translators on the phone, on my computer, everywhere. The pronunciation and the writing style is different. For example, for Irish, when I want to include it to my videos, I can't because everywhere is a different word. That's all I want to say to language number 5. Language number 4 would be German. I know German is not my favorite language, not by the pronunciation or something like that, but it is just unfriendly language to me because it's hard to understand German, and I don't want to judge German by the pronunciation or something, but when I have, for example, German in school and I try to learn it at least a little, but I don't understand it. So that's a big problem. And about the pronunciation, when I'm watching some series, the voices and the pronunciation is okay. It's clear, but sometimes the pronunciation is, like shouting and so on. For German, a big minus for me is first that I don't understand it, as I mentioned so many times. Another point will be it is like kind of, uh, you know, aggressive language. Not language by itself, but the way people talking with each other in German. When I talked to myself, I will be interested in German next year and a half, and then I will cut it out my German learning because it's a hard language and I don't want to waste time to learn it. Language number 3, that would be Hungarian. I don't have nothing against Hungarian. Pronunciation is way more harder than German. When I read some comments under some video, people were talking about Finnish, and Finnish is on my plus side languages. I would also record my very favorite languages in the world if you want. As I was saying, Finnish is a hard language because it has so many tones. It is a language that is not similar to another language. I would say that Finnish and Hungarian are something similar. Of course, they are not similar at anything, but trust me, Hungarian is really hard to understand, and when I am concentrate to dubbing or songs or whatever in Hungarian, the accent is really strong, not for everything. If you've seen some videos or some, I don't know, dialogue in Hungarian, you may know what I am talking about. But yeah, everyone has their own opinions. Someone can love Hungarian, have it on the first place, like most favorite language, and then start learning it and maybe speak in it, maybe fluently if you are really interested in that language. I don't like Hungarian by its sounds. It is just hard to explain. Language number 2, Swedish, that I don't like very much. Again, it sounds really hard if you know the different accents they have in Swedish. I even want to explain why Swedish is higher than German. It's because German was the first language that I started to don't like since the last year, but during the time my opinion has changed and Swedish is now higher than German. Swedish accent and all about it. Again, when I want to talk that I would put Swedish in my videos, it's really hard to understand the translator and everything. I don't know if I want to mention dubbing or something like that. Cartoons, the accent is not that strong as the translator has. If I want to create some video and put Swedish in it, and for example, now I am done with another multilingual song that I will sing, I don't know when, but you can be excited for it. But back to Swedish. I wanted to put Swedish in that song I have prepared in this new cartoon, Unicorn Academy. Sophia has such a strong accent. I would say a little bit harsh for me to understand it. Number 1, language that I hate, and unfortunately it is my mother tongue language, Czech. Yeah, I hate my mother tongue language, as maybe a lot of people hate their native language, but for me, Czech is, I don't want to say disgusting language, but I hate Czech. But I started to hate it when I was doing multilanguages. When COVID came out and everyone was home, and I talked to myself that I would try to do a multilingual video. So I done it, and then I had a feeling that languages are awesome, and my journey continued every single day to explore more languages and so on. And now I know a lot of languages, not by speaking, but to recognize the language. But it would be nice to speak in one, because I was learning Italian. Now I don't give it much attention to learn it, because learning Norwegian is more fun. And also, I am trying to learn Serbian because of the covers that I have done. I will post the covers in Serbian, don't worry. About Czech, it is harsh language, and I was just growing through my generation with Czech videos or just Czech YouTubers. Now I am watching only one Czech YouTuber, because every video I want to watch in English or some other language other than Czech. For example, when I was watching Wings Club, that I am not watching anymore, or not too much these days. If you know season 5 of Wings Club, Nickelodeon dubbed season 5, and the voices are terrible. I don't know how I got through the whole series watching in Czech. Okay, that's maybe all from this video. I was just concentrate and express my feelings about languages that I don't like. Now I only want to say, don't hate me about my opinion to these languages. If you have your own opinion, you can share it to comments down below. And I'm pleased to see you in the next video.